first of all, it's not stealing, it's breaking a license if people download something which they do not have the authority to do. It's stealing is when you take a physical object. So when people start talking about stealing, you know, something which is copyrighted online, I just stop listening to them because it's definitely not stealing. You can see in any law book in the world that it's not stealing. So I just stop listening to those people. But the people that, most of the people that send the legal threats, for instance, they're big companies, but there are some small people, but we always encourage them to actually understand what the network is about and how the internet works. And I send them tons of reports saying, like, you actually make money out of people sharing your content.
How deep is the political foundation of your piracy? Now you don't get caught, basically, and if you do, nothing really happens. They take your servers for a while and they have to give them back. What if you were sort of facing 5 years in prison or something like that?
Well, we're facing 2 years in prison. We have our court case coming in February.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's we're gonna win. It's not a problem. You laugh. I know this. But it's quite interesting that. Like, I was so happy before when you had the panel here before, when the guy from Ace of Base said, you know, we can fight this. I became an Ace of Base fan, which is, I never thought
He said something different. He said also he doesn't want to fight it. He thinks it's good for him.
Yeah, and he's totally right. All the research is showing that he's totally right when it comes to that if he uses this angle, trying to use the internet instead of fighting the internet, you're going to make more money. Everything says.
But one of the ones fighting you was a district attorney that sort of signed closing down your servers and so forth. And somebody, first of all, there was a piracy demonstration with people dressed like pirates walked around Stockholm. And then it was also a death threat against this guy, and they asked him in a Swedish newspaper, and he answered, well, if they get me, it doesn't really matter, because I succeeded with something no one else has succeeded. I've got sort of a bunch of very pale programmers to get some fresh air. So they're fighting back with the same humor. I thought that was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, but it's also, you know, that's the typical stereotype of the file share, but we have 2.2 million Swedish file shares every week in our system. And I think there's like 5 million or 4 million people in Sweden using the internet. So we have more than half of the Swedish internet on our system. And we're not the only file sharing system out there. So a lot of people need to get out and get fresh air.
So how can this be an integral, because you're probably not against the artists.
No.
You don't like the music industry.
Well, I like the music industry. I don't like the record industry.
Okay, the record industry. Yeah. So, do you think you can find new business model and ways of working with companies? Where's that going?
Well, yeah, we of course have the problem that we have broken every kind of possibility to work with them in the future. But I don't really, you know, I don't really mind. I don't need to
sleep about it.
No, I'm really happy about it because then I know that I don't have to kiss some ass, you know, to get where I want to go. So, but there are a lot of people that you know come up with new business models. And the thing with the internet is that there's not going to come this one thing that solves all of the the economical questions of the internet. The idea with the internet is that everything will compete with each other or try to work together. There will be like probably 100 different methods of making money online on free content, which is super good news for everybody, that you can actually monetize on free, because you can make it better than just free.
And do you have a lot of artists approach you and want to do stuff for sort of movie producers or any kind of content producer?
Yeah, all the time. We've helped a couple of bands release their first albums. We helped one artist win a Grammy. We actually made all of our users vote for him, and he won the Grammy, of course. It was really cool, and it probably pissed IFPI off, which is the organization that hosts the Grammys, because they're the ones suing us. So it makes my heart go very warm when that happens.
Yeah, but do you have a day job as well?
Yeah, all of us have a day job. This is a hobby, which is weird for most people to understand. Last time I was in Stockholm, I was talking, or a couple of times ago,
So
I was talking.
What's your day job?
My day job?
Yeah.
You actually want to know? You don't actually know what my day job is.
No.
I'm making a new online content payment methods, like a micropayment system for online content.
Really?
Yes. Someone has to do it because the industry doesn't understand that you have to do it. So I gave up bidding for it.
Okay, and you were in Stockholm?
Yeah, I was in Stockholm. I was holding a speech for a company called Terracom, which probably a lot of Swedish people know. They own basically, I think, all the infrastructure for sending TVs and so on. in Sweden, and afterwards I was approached. I had this speech. I was quite mad at, you know, the people in there. So I tried being not aggressive, but quite annoying, I think, which is something we probably do quite well. And I had this speech, you know, trying to make them understand what they're actually trying to fight when they're trying to fight the Pirate Bay. Because everybody says the Pirate Bay, oh, they're so evil, but they have no idea. So I wanted to tell them we're just 3 guys. We do this as a hobby, just like I told today. And afterwards, one of the CEOs of one of the biggest TV channels in Sweden approached me, and the person asked me which stock exchange we're listed at, which was totally weird. They don't grasp the idea of internet, that you can be this huge without doing it for profit, without doing it, you know, professionally. Because we're totally not professionals, we're just very happy amateurs.
But the theme of SIME is the DNA of change. We had different aspects of that. So Philip and Frederick, they create a lot of change through humor, sort of squeezing in a little entertainment. You seem to sort of use annoyance as a...
Annoyance is so funny to use, you know, it's our humor. And it works so well, because when someone, you know, stops listening to reason, because we never listen to reason, either we're dumb or we're smart, I don't know, it's one of the extreme ends. But it works totally, definitely. People need to listen to what we say.
Have you never sort of felt inclined to just ask everybody for $1 or something like that? Or
yeah, a couple of times, you know, a couple of times, of course. But it wouldn't work, so why do it? Because people wouldn't pay us. Because the network is the people anyhow, so they should pay each other, not us.
And what would the future? What is the future of Pirate Bay?
My hope is that we're not needed in the future. I hope that companies will start something similar or use the technology or something so that we're out of a job when it comes to the Pirate Bay. That would be my dream, that all of the industry just gets it and starts doing, you know, similar stuff.
And who would you go after then?
Well, I don't know, someone. Probably. I have to have someone to annoy. That's the thing.
I'll go to Paul. How many of you here, please now all vote, because otherwise it's unfair. So how many people sympathize and think Peter is right? And how many people think that Peter is wrong?
I see a lot of lawyers in here.
No, I disagree on that, because I want to raise both hands or hold them both down. Because it's a delicate question. I like what you're doing. I like that you really are passionate about it, and you're changing the world big time, more than most people in here or anywhere else in the room. But at the same time, you're...
It's a beautiful life.
No.
Oh,
So that's our cue. So let's end this with some pirated music from Ace of Base by Mahesh. Peter, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Peter from the Pirate Bay.